Welcome back to Film FM, guys. We're here with our lovely guests and my co-host Alex Hoey.
Hi.
Today we have Charlie
Hello.
and a returning feature, Stephen Harris.
Hello, how are we doing, boys?
Can't get rid of Stephen Lewis at this point.
Oh, no,
They're
it's
all
actually quite annoying, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. Don't worry, we'll sort it out. We'll try not to have him back on.
Help us, we live in this room.
But, yeah.
Lewis is here, he's just in the corner over there.
We're just always available.
We've got the cook chair open for him. Anyway, our specialist on the scene is actually Charlie Dickhead.
Hello.
Excuse
me?
So this is
not my name.
Yeah.
This guy's name's Charles Dickens.
Charlie
by the way.
Dickens.
His name is Charles Dickens, and yet he's not come on to do like any Shakespeare. He's not come on to do like Romeo and Juliet.
What for one? Wait. If my name was Charles Dickens anyway, why would I come on and do Shakespeare? Why don't I just come on and do a Charles Dickens?
Yeah, Christmas Carol.
No, because you're a bit. Well, we're not going to do Christmas Carol because it's. Look, I'm going to level with you. Christmas Carol. It's not Christmas. And do I know any other Charles Dickens work? No. So next best thing, bit of Shakespeare.
Okay.
There are some good films on Shakespeare.
That's what I'm saying.
There are actually some good films.
Look, the basic William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, basically the same guy.
Essentially, yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
I definitely didn't get their names mixed up for a minute.
I know,
that's not what happened.
They're definitely not the same guy.
I think that was
definitely not completely different.
Do you know any like Charles Dickens other than like Christmas Carol that you've actually like read or watched or anything?
Nah, I thought he was the guy who lobotomized people back in the day.
To be fair, I did do an ancestry thing, and there is a chance I actually am related. Because Charles Dickens, are we allowed to swear on the podcast?
Yeah. I called you a dickhead.
Is a fucking slag. Charles Dickens was shagging. He had like 10 kids.
I actually, yesterday, my dad was like, I was with my dad, and he went, like, oh, do you know this? Do you ever heard of like? I think his name was Anthony Hoey.
Oh, yeah.
And I think his first name was Anthony. It's worth a Google. And actually, don't Google it. And yesterday he got charged because he stabbed his wife like 1,000,000 times. And I was like,
oh, so you must be related.
And I was like, Dad, we're not related to that guy, are we? And he's like, well, I knew him when I was a kid, and he was like wondering if it was him. And then he saw on the news article that when he started his crime, the first illegal thing he did was start like sniffing glue in the park. And my dad was like, "It's him, it's him." And then,
why does your dad make like friends with like the local?
Oh, this is gonna look bad on my dad actually that you know this guy. No, and he was like, oh, I haven't seen him in 20 years because like I thought he'd sort himself out because he was like a teenager when he was doing that, and he like stabbed his goddamn wife, and I thought, Ben, I'll be related to that guy. So I started doing some research. I'm like, on the Hoey name, I'm like, oh, here's a politician who like might be a homophobe or whatever. Any other Hoeys we got here, and I think I might be related to all of them really distantly. I think we're all descendants of an Irish king. I think
there is also a good chance you might not be at all in the slightest.
Yeah.
One of my best mates' second name is Griffiths. We're not related.
And there's a lot of like Smiths in the world as well.
Yeah, there are so many Smiths. Yeah. All those Smiths did not come from one Smith.
It just seemed the name just seemed a bit more specific. But I think I'm related to like a footballer and maybe like a king. So maybe that guy who stabbed his wife loads of times.
Yeah, maybe.
So you could be related to Charles Dickens.
I could be.
Well, your second name origins.
My middle name is Francis, and he had like. His son's son was called Francis, I believe, and then I think he could have just been passed down. Well, no, because he's not that far back. He's only like that. I don't remember how far he is, but he's not that far back.
But like, why would your middle name connect you to him, really?
Because it's also my surname is Dickens.
Yeah,
and also my middle name.
But your middle name was chosen by your parents, so unless your parents
because I got
chose...
it because of my granddad.
Okay,
so
right.
All the way back. For all I know, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm not very good at middle name law since I don't have one.
You don't have a middle name?
No, I don't have a middle name.
So we give him one.
No, if I was going to have one, I think they said it was between a couple, but...
Between a couple?
Yeah,
they had
a couple of options, but I think it would have been like Ron.
Connor between
Ronnie.
a couple Griffiths.
So it would have been...
Connor Ron Griffiths.
Connor between a couple.
So we had,
my name would have been Con Ronnie Griffiths.
Stephen, do you have a middle name?
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
John.
What do you reckon you're related to anyone famous? Who's like chair squeaking? Is it you, Charlie?
It's me, my fault.
Charlie's, he's got a squeaker.
Okay, what did you... Are you related to anyone famous, do you think?
Not really. Like, I know like my wife second cousin's related to Jack Grealish. That's about it.
Oh, that's alright. I found out when I was doing the research, I found my the Hoey coat of arms. It's got like a lion and like a boar on it.
Yeah, I've saw that within my second name as well.
Well, yeah, he saw it in his second name. His second name has the lion on it. No, I think my coat of arms has got like 2 lions or something.
I might get that like tattooed on me or something. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't. I just the issue is with the coat of arms thing is like I don't actually know if I'm actually related to any of those people. If I'm gonna be honest, yeah.
I just think my last name's not very common. I assume it's probable.
I don't know whether that's like I don't know whether that's what I'm banking on. I'm not getting a tattoo off a coat of arms that literally might not even be mine, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you, like.
Nah, yeah, I see your point. Yeah. Fair enough.
Anyway, we're doing Pulp Fiction.
Are we?
No.
I thought this was Ancestry FM.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do Pulp Fiction. I think.
We should franchise it.
Yeah, we should.
Ancestry FM, Religion FM,
have
TV
so
FM.
many different podcasts.
So many. We'll be on top of the world. We'll be like, remember Game Theory? He made film theory. He made food theory. He made style theory. We could have a whole fucking empire of FMs.
Controversial Takes FM.
Controversial Takes FM.
Racist FM. No.
Well, if you really want me to get into it now.
Charlie is our specialist. He chose the film.
I'm not a specialist.
It was his fault we're here.
Why did you pick Pulp Fiction?
Because you suggested it, and I said, "Yeah, go," because I like Pulp Fiction.
I said I was asking you what you wanted to do, and the last time we had the conversation, you said Pulp Fiction.
I did suggest other ones. I went Cars.
Cars
is
Get
a
Jamie for that.
Cars is a banger. Beau is Afraid, because that's a weird film. I wanted you guys to watch it, and
What?
I forgot to suggest it. Beau is Afraid.
Beau is Afraid.
It's like a Joaquin Phoenix
It's
film.
weird, but it's good to talk about.
It's got
But then you said Pulp Fiction. I said I love Pulp Fiction. So now we're doing Pulp Fiction.
All right then. Well, on to the facts. The facts. Pulp
Should have a title
Fiction.
card there that says the facts.
The
With
facts.
like a smashing noise.
Pulp Fiction came out in 1994 and was directed by Quentin Tarantino.
The Great.
It has a lot of very good ratings, being an IMDb score of 8.9, a Tomatoes popcorn meter of 96%, and a Letterboxd out of 5 of 4.3, which is sensational.
Racism FM would not be a good look. No, we've only ever had white people on here.
Yeah, well, we were gonna have someone of mixed race, but he didn't show up.
Let's get back to Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
What was I talking about?
No, shut the fuck up. We're not doing that one.
We're doing the facts.
We're
doing the facts, man.
We can do facts FM.
The facts.
We'll talk about
the
facts.
The budget was 8.5 million USD, and this might be the biggest disparity so far. 8.5 million USD spent, made worldwide 213 million.
Chump change.
That's like a fucking lot. Which a lot of films do make that much, but with only a budget of 8.5 is crazy.
8.5.
Yeah, 8.5 million.
I thought you said 85. That's ridiculous.
No, they spent 8.5 million.
Do you know who the co-producer is?
Danny DeVito.
No.
Danny DeVito, I swear he's an executive producer. I swear I saw it on the fucking...
Executive producer, Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, never heard of him.
I don't even know who that is, actually.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I do.
the film.
Aren't you related to him, actually?
Maybe.
Maybe.
There was a kid on the Ancestry thing that said Weinstein something. So maybe.
Yeah.
It's a joke, by the way.
Yeah. No. Anyway.
Do I have anything on my face, Charlie?
Oh my god.
Just your mouth, nose, and eyes.
That's okay. It's alright.
Someone saw this co-host out, man.
I was just making sure. I don't want to do a whole episode and I've got like toothpaste on me. You know what I mean? Sorry. Talk about Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's what I was. That was the plan. Anyway, the film starts and we are greeted by these two little crackheads in this diner. They're yapping about
the Abomination. One of them.
What?
It's the Abomination.
yeah, it's
isn't it?
Abomination.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Tim Roth.
Yeah, Tim Roth. Yeah.
I like Tim Roth.
You know, Tim Roth is called. He's in a lot of good films.
Like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
That's a great movie, by the way.
Also in other Quentin Tarantino films.
Yeah, he is another Quentin
Reservoir
Tarantino.
Dogs.
What kind of basis do you guys have for Quentin Tarantino films? Like I've seen like.
What do you mean by basis?
Like how many have you seen?
How many have I seen?
I've only seen. I want to say this, Inglourious Bastards, and Kill Bill. So that's 3 of them technically, because he counts Kill Bill as one film.
Which is bollocks, but.
He said he only wants to make 10 movies, and then he made 2, and went, actually only counts as 1. So.
Well, I've seen quite a few. Obviously, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Inglourious Bastards,
Yeah.
Kill Bill. Some of these I need to rewatch though, because I won't be able to remember them.
Yeah.
Kill Bill, Hateful Eight.
I've watched Hateful
Once
Eight.
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that one?
Django
with
Unchained. I've
Django
watched that.
Unchanged. Unchanged.
Unchained.
That'd be a good film. Unchanged.
Unchained.
What's the one? I don't know if he script wrote it or if he actually produced it. The one where there's a driver. Who's the?
You know about Death Proof?
Is it that one?
You stop slamming.
Sorry, my fault. Where the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy 3, they're gonna who's Earth, the dad.
Ego. You know about,
Ego.
Kurt Russell, and he's like a
He's the driver.
maniac of a driver.
He's the driver. Yeah, maniac driver. And then he tries to kill women or something.
I'm
like
surprised you've seen Death Proof. I've not seen Death
that.
Proof.
I've seen Death Proof. It's an okay.
Did you watch like the whole Grindhouse, like both films?
No, I didn't see the other one.
No.
Oh no, there was another one to be fair.
Nah.
So Death Proof was released as like a film called Grindhouse, where you watched two. It was two films in a row. That and
Do they
Planet
count as
Terror.
two films, or is this one of these where he's like, well, I released it at Grindhouse,
Well, no,
so it's
Robert,
actually one?
Robert Rodriguez made one,
Yeah.
and Quentin Tarantino made the other. And the idea, because it's supposed to be like when you go to a Grindhouse cinema, you watch two like B movies. So the way you're supposed to watch it is just to watch Grindhouse, and it'll just play one after the other, and they put a bunch of like stupid adverts in the middle, like for Machete and shit like that. So if I watched it, I'd want to watch it like the whole.
Yeah,
thing.
I do have that Grindhouse on my watch list, but I think it's buried beneath 1,000 other films. So, yeah.
I've never seen Jackie Brown.
I've seen Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown's good.
Have you? Which of these haven't you seen?
Quite a few. Some of them I need to rewatch because I don't remember. But Jackie Brown I watched somewhat recently. Sorry about the chair.
It sounds like you've fucking seen it. Reservoir Dogs,
Reservoir Dogs.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill.
Jackie Brown, Death Proof, Inglourious Bastards,
Inglourious Bastards.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know if he also I did is it Dawn of the Dead or something?
No, that's
Dawn
no.
of the Dead.
That's-
What's the one he's in? That's
Isn't that
George
Romero?
Clooney.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
From
Dust-
Dust Till
Dust-
Dawn.
I
I think
yeah,
he might have had some involvement.
he script wrote. I don't think.
Yeah,
he
he
yeah,
didn't direct
that's
it.
not.
No, he
Yeah.
directed
What's
it,
the other ones?
Well,
I'm
he
missing?
definitely he had some input because we all know the same. But
Django Unchained. You've seen that.
Yeah.
There's two more. What am I missing?
Did you say Hateful Eight?
I think I said Hateful. I think you might have seen them all. If you've seen Jackie Brown, I can't imagine what you haven't seen.
And you've seen the Grindhouse one, I saw.
Yeah, you've seen Death Proof.
Seen Death Proof.
Could you pull up a list?
Yeah. You've got a computer right there.
Yes, I shall pull up a list.
You can just cut this if you need to. I'm just damn curious now.
Yeah,
like,
you need to watch them all.
I think because there's only 10. I think it's something. Well, there's only going to be 10. I think it's something alluring about like I can watch all of his movies.
Yeah.
It's like Robert Eggers. He's only like done like 4 now. Is it Robert Eggers? Is that how you say his name? Connor?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's only done 4 right now. So just get on him.
And that guy who did Titanic. He hadn't
James
done
Cameron.
he hadn't done many movies, has he?
Right.
If he hasn't declared that he's not going to do it, as many. Mind you, neither's Robert Eggers.
Yeah, he hasn't done that much movies.
I'd do like 1 million. Like if I could, I'd have an IMDb of like 206. My IMDb's got 2 credits on it. So
Got like a
and I kind of want to remove one because it's kind of disparaging to a guy.
What is it?
So, do you know who, no,
Oh my
I'm not mentioning it on the podcast.
Okay.
I got to remove one of them because it might hurt my career.
Oh my
chances.
god, what the? You know what? I'm
Is it
checking on
Kanye
Letterboxd, bro.
You're checking Letterboxd.
Yeah, every time
Is
I
it Kanye
fucking
West?
touch
It's
this
not
thing,
Kanye
it just
West, no.
scrolls all the way up.
What Quentin Tarantino films have you seen, Steve?
Watched many, I'll be real with you. Watched Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction.
I've never seen the Reservoir Dogs.
It's good.
From my understanding, Ladkins and his mate went to a Halloween party dressed as 2 of the characters from Reservoir Dogs, but because they were just 2 guys in suits, everyone thought they were the Men in Black. And I was like, of course they're gonna think that. Like, why would you assume they were the Reservoir Dogs?
So Quentin Tarantino, director, Pulp Fiction, Inglourious. It says 16 films, by the way. Which
Some of them are like short films.
Yeah.
One of them he like did with another guy, which I think should count, but that's whatever.
Yeah. Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Bastards, Once Upon a Time, Kill Bill, Django, Reservoir Dogs. The other Kill Bill is on it. Hateful Eight, Jackie Brown, Death Proof. Death Proof and Grindhouse are on
Same
it
one,
twice. Yeah. 4 Rooms. Do the Kill Bill,
Never seen
Reservoir
that.
Dogs,
4 Rooms isn't counted as one of them.
Oh, okay.
It's like something he did with a bunch of people.
and 2 other things.
Like short films.
I think this.
I think you've seen them all.
I think I've seen all of them so far. Then.
Awesome.
Gee, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think this is a short film. Yeah, this is a short film. Yeah. That's all of them.
Damn.
Awesome. All right, cool. Great, just wondering.
Slav Quinton.
Love them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No, yeah. So they're in this cafe, and they're talking about yeah. We're back in the action, guys. We're talking about the film again. I don't really know where we were going with that. But yeah, no, they're in this cafe and they're just yapping about how it's a good idea to rob the place, isn't it?
Because like, why would you?
I
At the end of the day, though, what you're saying about the bank is that they could rob a bank with a telephone. Because like some guy went up to them and he just put the telephone to the ear, and they were like, "We've got this guy's kid. You give him the money, and they got it all, and he robbed it with the telephone." So you think you just try that?
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Yeah.
they want to rob a cafe instead.
Yeah, because they were saying how like they didn't want to rob. They didn't run around. Sorry, I was just on IMDb, and the trailer for it, there was like 5 different scenes with feet in that just came off one after the other.
Yeah. So
Go on.
so I think it almost, it's not something I'd want to talk about, but I feel like it's almost not possible to not address.
What,
in
his
this
foot
specific
fetish?
film,
In
it's
this
literally
film,
impossible.
Quentin
Like,
Tarantino very clearly has a foot
problem.
fetish. Yeah,
Yeah.
a problem. That's the better way of putting
We
it.
all know this.
Is
It's really bad in Death Proof.
it?
Where where the women are hanging their feet out the window, they're like barefoot all the time. It's crazy.
yeah.
So what I was wondering watching this film is like, this is like the second one or whatever, but around the time, is it, what's his name, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Is there
Yeah.
any of that in that?
If I remember correctly,
yes,
yeah.
there is.
Margot
So-
Robbie's feet on it as well.
So okay, so
Is
you're
it Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie's in that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, is
I'm
that her
trying to
feet?
think of it.
Sure.
Okay,
So I'm trying to.
I'm pretty sure it's her
So
feet.
if you're Margot Robbie and you're like, 8 films in, Quentin Tarantino, you're going to work with him because, he's an acclaimed director, and he's asking you to like get your feet out, and it's because he's
Yeah.
getting off to it. What do you think of that situation? Are you bothered by that, do you think? Or
Do you just like?
But you don't know
cope
he's getting
with
off to it. It could just be one of the things where it's like a sigma. Like
Is it? He's just a
He's
sigma.
just a
So it's
sigma.
fine,
Well, it's
guys.
just like what's the word? It's just like a common thing in his films that he's just gone with the joke and he's.
no, he's been
all
doing
his
it for
films.
like 20 years.
Yeah, but
you know. What if you know? He's in.
But he's running with it now. Like he's probably just doing it on purpose now.
To be
Probably
fair-
doesn't like feet.
She did get her boobs out for Wolf of Wall Street, so I can't imagine getting your feet out is really that much of a bother.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
suppose she
to be
doesn't
fair.
care.
I'm just
But
wondering in
after a
general.
certain point, when you're in like the same film, like you're Margot Robbie, and then you talk to like your next actor, which I don't know, probably Margaret Quigley, is it? And they both get their feet out, and it's like,
Yeah.
did he ask you as well? And they're like, yeah. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
he said it was
Off
important
camera.
for the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
he's a very interesting man, certainly, very vocal. So he puts that in his films. These films are also like, for at least what I've seen, like really violent, like kind of really dark.
yeah, in a good way.
Yeah.
Well, I think some of it might be a bit excessive, but
Wrong.
I don't know if I really needed the rape scene in this film.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think in this film it is a bit.
No, that was
more-
needed.
It was what?
That was necessary. That was super necessary.
I don't know if I feel like maybe at a certain point it's for shock value. I love some of the violence. I love watching Kill Bill with all the how violent that was, and this one's obviously quite violent. All his films are in the real world as well. They're all like real, kind of down to earth.
Well,
not
as they
even
can
necessarily-
be, you know.
As they can be. What I mean is like, he's not Bruce Willis don't fight a dragon in this movie.
Oh.
It would have been cool if he did, though.
Yeah.
That would be nice. So this film isn't all in chronological order, is it?
No, it's
No, not
it's
even
not
close.
even
I mean,
Because-
so it starts with that scene with them in the calf,
Which
with,
is the end of the movie.
which is
Yeah.
the end of the movie, yeah.
scene.
And then, sorry. So it starts with that, and then we move on to them in the car,
Mm-hmm.
and they start by talking about food. And I kind of like a lot of the dialogue in this. It does kind of hint stuff, but a lot of it is just a bunch of bullshit. So they spend a lot of the time in the car talking about like
Burgers.
big whoppers and burgers
La
in
Big
France.
Mac.
Le Big Mac.
What do they call the quarter pounder in France?
Royale chicken.
Yeah, it's
Isn't it the
Royale.
Royale with cheese?
Because the
Yeah.
metric system or something.
Because they got the metric
yeah.
system. They don't know what a
Metric
quarter
system.
pounder is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
The Big Mac's just a Big Mac, but it's Le Big Mac.
Le
Le
Big
Big
Mac.
Mac.
He doesn't know what the Whopper is because he didn't.
He didn't go.
Yeah, he didn't go for
And
it.
So
then-
it's Samuel Jackson as what's his name, Jules.
Yeah, Jules, and then
Is it Vince?
It was Jordan.
Who is it?
it's Vincent Vega, the other guy.
Yeah,
Vincent
Vincent.
Vega.
Well, why am I forget? Dancing Man. What's
Travolta.
John
John
Travolta.
Travolta. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dancing Man.
Yeah, well, that's
Dancing
what he's
Man,
famous
yeah.
for. He dances in this. He dances in the other
Grease.
in
Grease or
Greece.
Hairspray,
Yeah.
one.
Great.
You're only good at dancing, Connor.
Yeah, man.
I think
Prove
it's
it.
a robbery. Oh,
What?
Prove it.
Prove it right now. No,
Right
I got to have tunes on to dance.
I think it's a Robbie Samuel L. Jackson didn't get
Coward.
a Oscar for that because the way he does his speeches when he does that whole monologue thing when he talks about what does he say again in that big speech that he does?
Which one?
He does it twice, doesn't he? When he kills the guy in the chair.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Isn't it like the Book of Revelations?
Yeah, that
Book
one.
of Revelations.
Brilliant. But I think
Charlie,
other
you
films.
gotta
Sorry,
stop
it's really.
It's just, if we hear it, we're gonna have to rip your eyes
I'm
out.
gonna have to deal with that, Charlie.
He's gonna have to
Is
edit
it
that out.
deep? It's not that deep.
It's not that deep. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Not as deep as how I'm gonna be in
But
your mum, mate.
there were other good films that came out that year, so that could obviously have something to do with it.
What were
it's
you on
entirely
about?
possible.
Yeah, no, definitely. But either way, they're talking about burgers, and then, obviously Quentin Tarantino has a flash of light, and we have to talk about feast. No.
Yeah.
Sitting there writing the script like 3 a.m, like,
boys, it was
Get your dogs
inevitable.
out.
It comes to him. It comes to
Get
him.
your Reservoir Dogs out.
No.
So, nah,
I don't like.
not like
I'm
that.
not fond of the phrase "get your dogs out." I'm not.
Not Reservoir Dogs.
I just don't like. I don't like thinking about them like that. I don't know, man. Is there any other movies where you watch it and you go, "Oh, this guy's got clearly got a fetish"? Because I can't think of anything. This is like the big
It's
one.
just-
yeah.
I think if I've
The last films we did were
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Back to the Future.
Oh, Back to the Future. Oh, yeah, Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah, what are you playing at, boy?
There's some grim stuff in Rick and Morty. I mean, I've mentioned the Back to the Future one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, no, well, either way, so they talk about how they reckon he threw this guy, what's his name, Wallace, Sean Wallace, threw this dude out of a building because he was giving his wife a foot massage.
Have you ever given a foot massage, Charlie?
Yes. I'm not a big fan of feet like Quentin, but I've given a foot massage.
I can confirm. I did write us a note that Vega does spend this part of the conversation defending Wallace's decision to kill that guy for touching his wife's feet, which is quite convenient as later on in the film.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say he's not as faithful. Well, he's he's in his mind about it. And then my next note is just the word quarter pounder burger with the lips emoji. So I think this is when they go into the room and look for the suitcase, basically.
Yeah.
I'm quite hungry now. Now that we've talked about this burger,
I'm confident Connor, like with his nose, he was just hungry.
I'm gonna have like sausage and mash tonight. I kind of want the burger now. I've kind of feel like
Burger.
I got fish.
I like.
Can I have the burger? Can we have the burger instead? I don't know who I'm talking to. Like, I want the burger, man. Oh my lord.
I like how in that scene they never, or without the whole film, they never revealed what's in the suitcase.
No. When they open it, it glows.
Because
And
I've
shit.
heard different theories.
So it's their boss's suitcase. So they all
Yeah,
work.
it's his dirty laundry,
They
as
all
he
wo-
says.
So does Bruce Willis and those two work for the same guy?
No, so Bruce
No.
Willis plays Butch, who is a boxer, and
Yeah.
then is separately on an independent job paid by Wallace to take a fall for a fight.
But Wallace is their boss. Like,
Wallace is officially their boss,
But
like the other two's boss.
he's just doing a thing for him.
Yeah,
Him.
Bruce Willis is, I suppose you could say, under his service, but I don't think it's like a permanent thing. I just think it's
It's
like
a one-off. So,
yeah.
so Wallace is big man in LA then.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
year is this set? Is it just when it was made?
I'm always curious.
Soon,
I
1994,
actually-
like around that exact time, like around the
I'm
90s.
Is it?
always curious.
I
what
assume you
year
can Google it, I
it's
don't know.
set.
Well, it was made
Kind
in.
of stuff like the
No,
cars
94.
and stuff.
Let's say 1992,
Some of the
1991.
rolls aren't there, the cars.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. They use quite old music for it, don't
And
they?
then the diner as well.
But that diner's like 50s inspired, clearly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
but
think
they
about.
also, I don't know, but I think they use old music when they get back to the
Do you reckon
house.
you
and
could
stuff.
give
I
that
don't-
a
I'm gonna Google it now. Yeah.
totally.
I reckon it's like in the 80s, maybe.
I go 1990.
I thought it'd be the 90s.
Yeah,
I don't
place your
know.
bets now.
I'm
I
gonna
reckon
say,
it's like late 80s.
I'm just gonna say the 90s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say late 80s.
But I think I quite like the 50s diner that they go to.
Yeah.
I must admit. Do you know Steve Buscemi is the guy serving them?
Yeah, I watched it a few
actually?
times, and then I recognised that the last time I watched it. I was like, that's Steve Buscemi.
I didn't recognise him. It said in the credits that he was the Buddy Holly
Yeah, because I was watching it with someone at the time. They're like, oh yeah, and they've watched it millions of times, and I never noticed that.
I like Buddy Holly and all, but I would have rather have been served by the Marilyn Monroe. I'm not gonna beat around the bush there.
Yeah.
But you know.
And obviously they got John Travolta dancing as well, which was good.
How good are you at dancing?
I can give a little boogie. Get me a few drinks, and I'll be.
Oh, we've got to give you a few drinks first.
And I'll be boogieing.
So apparently the film doesn't specifically give an exact year, but this guy on Quora here says it's most likely early 90s. So
Yeah.
we'll
Sorry,
just
so
go with
I
what he
wasn't
says.
too far off. I said late 80s.
The 90s.
I said 1991 to be fair. Well,
Okay, well you
Yeah,
can't.
so
Well,
you-
I'll give you the victory.
Yeah, we'll give you the lucky star or
It's
some
only
shit.
because you're the main guest today.
1 point for Charlie.
Or it
Yeah,
could be
1
1
point.
Right, Steve. Come on now. Special treatment around here.
Yeah, so they go into this place and there's like a bunch of crackheads or whatever, and so they basically just terrorize them, talk about burgers and stuff, till they eventually give them the
Burger?
suitcase.
Samuel L. Jackson nicks his burger.
Yeah, and then but we cut off halfway through because the other half of the scene is set.
Later.
We see it later.
It's like the second to last scene, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Around
yeah.
that, yeah.
So we quickly.
Is that the same where they're like
The guy comes out the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking like is that like I know like is the earlier on bit of it where he's like what country are you from? What? They speak English and what? What? Say what again?
Yeah.
I dare you.
So
Fucking good.
yeah.
Oh, he's so good in this movie.
So he says. So this is the scene where it says, "English motherfucker, do you speak it?" And then they shoot him, and it's when they shoot the other guy that's when it cuts. So we quickly then move on to Butch, and we see like a quick. No, so we move on to Butch for like just a second. This is where he's being paid by Wallace to take the fall in the 5th round, I believe he says.
It is 5th, yeah.
And then I think we quickly move back onto Vega and, as I've written here, Purple Lightsaber. They both go to a bar and talk about their job.
Purple Lightsaber.
That's what I've written here. That's
Is it because it's Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, I believe that's what I've
okay.
written.
I was
Look, it was late.
Okay. You don't know the man that wrote these notes. Different guy.
No. It wasn't me. But damn it. Yeah.
You're doing cocaine because of the you're watching the film. You saw.
I saw them doing cocaine. So
Is that
what?
Uma
You
Thurman?
joined him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why wouldn't it be? He's just got an obsession, clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough.
I guess
but
with her feet specifically, then.
yeah, it must have been. So they go to the thing. Oh, and also, he reveals that he's got a job to go take care of Wallace's wife. Which
Yeah.
they I don't even know what really the whole point of this next scene is. They literally just go to a bar and talk about it for like 3 milliseconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't know
They're
what.
talking about like awkward silences and all that stuff, like how comfortable can you
Yeah.
be?
Yeah, I mean that's a bit later
with
on.
an awkward
That's when they go
And
to
there
the
was like
50s.
a Butch
Right.
and John Travolta's character. I forget his name. What's his name again? John Travolta's character.
John Travolta's character.
Vega.
That's what he's called in the credits.
Vega, is that what it's called?
No, Vincent Vega is.
Vega and
Vince.
Butch have like an
Vince.
awkward interaction, but they don't really elaborate on that. You know, when they're getting a drink together at the bar. They're all getting a drink together, but one's getting a drink and the other one's in the way.
Oh shit!
That's the
I think
only
I
time
missed
The
that.
only
I
time
do
they
remember
have,
that.
like an interaction, but that's the only time you see him interact.
Well,
with
yeah, other than yeah.
yeah.
I actually missed that on my second run, and I think I was messaging you about our little complication with our work.
I don't know what he's on about.
Kyle, the thing. Okay, he's
Very smart man.
To cut that now.
So-
He says that in every. He says a fucking slur in every goddamn. You might as well just say the N word.
okay, fine.
Talk about
Just-
saying the N word.
just say it.
You,
Tarantino.
Nimrod.
Nimrod, good. Thank
Nimrod,
you.
you actual
Nerd.
Nimrod.
Nincompoop.
Nerd. Honestly, every episode he says. You better at least cut that.
Why
You
should I
can-
cut it?
You
I
can
don't see
blur
an
it. You
issue
can
with
bleep it out if you want.
So fucking Kurt gets to sit here and talk about how women are.
Lovely.
But when
Bleeped it
I
out.
say it-
We bleeped it out.
No,
bleep
I
it.
had to bleep it out. You didn't bleep out.
You bleep
shit.
it out then.
I
God
don't
damn it.
wanna. That's my point.
Fucking hell.
Hi,
Honestly.
Josh.
Hi Josh. Hi Rowan.
Anyway,
our only two
I think the
listeners.
next
I
scene.
listen.
Hi Steve.
Hi, me. Hi, Stephen from who's watching it now.
Charlie, you got to chill, man. You got to chill, man.
This chair, man. It's
Do you
not
wanna
my
sort
fault.
it
it's
out?
yours.
We told you.
getting
You can't. You cannot move for the rest of the podcast. You can't even move.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me get comfy then.
Not even your mouth.
Okay, I'm comfy.
Yeah. So okay, the next scene, Vega goes to meet his crack dealer, I believe.
As Joe.
Where yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, he shows him 3 bags, and he's like, yo, this is like stuff from Europe or whatever the fuck. I think this is literally him being introduced to crack cocaine. I think that's the whole point of the scene. They introduce him to crack cocaine, and then he does the crack
Those with the dice.
cocaine. There's a whole scene where they talk about a bunch of nothing, and then he does the crack cocaine. That's about it. And then he gets in the car and goes to meet Mia, and then he walks through the door, and there's this whole weird scene where she's like talking. She leaves him a note, but then talks to him through the thing while in like this surveillance room staring at him. I don't know why or what the point. I don't really understand.
That's where that famous meme came from. You know, he does.
Yeah, where he's like walking around. I have no idea why any of that really happens.
Well, we had to pad out the run time, so
yeah.
2.5 hour movie, man. We keep doing long movies on Film recently.
So she did some coke, and the soundtrack in this film is actually really good, by the way.
Chuck Berry.
Yeah, well, they play Chuck Berry later, but I think in this scene they play.
Graduation.
No.
Do you guys ever listen to Graduation, by the way?
No.
Is it a song or an album? Of no
It's
idea.
an album.
It's an album.
Really nice man.
Best album ever. Man. You say it again.
Yeah.
Fucking chill out, man. It's every day. Every day he says it.
Yeah, you're not gonna stop me. No, they play "Son of a Preacher" by Dusty Springfield, which is also a banger. Either way, there's this whole thing where he's walking around the house, and then you don't see it till she shows up in the car. But how they introduce her is she finally walks out from getting ready.
Is it her feet again?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure they do show her feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
The feet.
Completely unnecessary this time, by the way. There is
No
no
need for
reason.
it.
There's not a single reason.
Yeah.
It's not like, we don't see her for the whole thing, and, that's the whole point. They literally just show her feet, and then 3 milliseconds later, they show her, her face.
Yeah.
Charlie, how do you feel about all the feet in this film?
I don't mind, because again, it's Quentin Tarantino, you expect it. But obviously, back then, if I watched it in the 1940s when it first came out, I'd be like, oh.
The 1940s?
1994, sorry. I don't know if I said 94.
I mean, I'd be a bit.
I'd be surprised if that film came out in the 40s.
I'd be quite impressed, actually.
Yeah, it makes me feel some sort of way. I'm not into feet as some people, like Steve over here.
I'm not into feet either. But like,
I don't know. It's erotic.
It'd be a bit weird. It'd be a bit weird if I was watching just like
that's the thing,
a bunch of paraplegics.
That's the thing you've said that's going to go on the internet.
Steve likes feet.
No, you said you just described it as erotic.
It is erotic.
Okay, all right.
Bare feet is erotic. Say what you want.
Is it?
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, each their own, I guess. Each their own.
I mean, I don't like feet, like I say, but
you can see.
Sounded a bit sus, right?
Sounded a bit suspicious, isn't it? Really.
I definitely don't like feet, but I do masturbate to them.
I never said I masturbate to them.
It's just really hot and erotic.
It didn't occur to me you can cut this if you want. It did not occur to me somehow. My brain didn't. Like I know people had a foot fetish. But it didn't click with me that people liked it that much that they would just jerk off to pictures of feet.
Yeah,
that's weird.
People pay for that.
People definitely do that.
It's never occurred to me. It's never occurred to me.
I don't understand. Like, I don't like because obviously I'm not attracted to feet or anything. It's like I can't get the premise of like feet. Like, how is it?
Yeah,
I have
how is
a
it
housemate
sexy?
who loves feet, and they're like, oh, when the woman has white painted nails, I would just suck on them. I'm like,
oh god.
Yeah.
My mate told me that like people have a foot fetish have like something wrong with their brain, like factually. Like he wasn't trying to be rude. He said that like he looked it up, and they had like
Lewis Atkins.
They had like an actual thing wrong with their brain.
Oh, is it about the what did you call it?
Well, there's something wrong in there that makes them find
it's
it
like
attractive.
where like the core of fetishes are in your brain is like where your movement is, and sometimes
no, it's a lot simpler than that. They're just missing.
What's your fetish, Dave?
I don't really have any. Might be real there.
Men.
I was gonna say.
Actually, yeah.
That's not even a fetish.
Your mum.
Oh.
And Lewis's mum.
That was too far.
Yeah.
It's too far.
I think my fetish is my friend's mums.
My mum's dead.
My mum's also dead actually, so you can't even.
I think
I mean, even
I
better.
just killed my mother. She is not
Look,
alive.
honestly,
Even better.
this is not the kind of stuff I'd ever really want to talk about in a film, but Quentin brought it. He brought it to the table.
He
He
brought
did.
the heat, bro. He brought the heat.
Quentin,
it's not
this
our
is
fault.
your
We
fault.
have to put out the fire. It's bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, we show up in this car. And every time this woman says any sentence, it's always in like this really weird way. I noticed.
Do you think it's like reminds Quentin of like an ex he had or something? Like a girl he had a crush on.
Yeah,
It's a hidden message to her.
I think this is all just what he's into. I think it's got to be.
You think
'Cause
he's-
she says stuff really weirdly, and she does like the whole "don't be square, man," and then does all this other
Oh, and
bullshit.
then fucking
They draw the square.
Yeah.
I never got that. I thought there was a hidden message here, but I don't know if there is. Will they actually do the square?
Don't be
Yeah,
square.
I don't know. There's nothing.
Do you ever this might sound stupid to say, but I feel like this film is just like that. I want to preface this. This is going to sound stupid because Connor's going to insult me or something. The film just feels like it's just things happening. Like there isn't like an ongoing like big plot. Like it's not a sequence of events. It's just like
I mean,
I don't know. They just go to like a fucking calf for like 20 minutes of this film. It's like just it's kind of shit
No,
just kind of happens.
I actually completely agree. I actually written my notes about the calf scene, which we'll talk about in a second. Either way,
I do
so-
agree with you though.
Not cat. I mean like the 50s dawn and also the calf at the start and the end. It's just like shit just happens.
It's
yeah,
like if you piece them all together, they're just like what you call it, like 15 minutes or whatever, like however long of just episodes of something.
Yeah, exactly.
If you used to piece them all together, like in chronological order, and everything like that, they're
Plus,
just
back
episodes.
then, people didn't really do that type of stuff. So, like, it was kind of cool and quirky.
do what kind of stuff?
Like, when they had it not in chronological
yeah, they mess
order.
around with time and shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
I
like, Quentin thought he was different.
It's wildly entertaining though for like
Yeah.
some woman talking about like her like, TV show she didn't get put into.
Well, again, it's funny you mention this because that's exactly what I said. I literally have written down that a lot of this film is literally just them kind of chatting shit and not really talking about anything in particularly important,
That's-
although it is weirdly engaging.
They also talk about that at the start of well, not the start of the film, but like near the start, like you know when they're going into the house, that house to shoot the guy. They talk about like pilot episodes,
Well, yeah, because you make a pilot, and then
Yeah.
if that gets
and then
picked
later
up,
on,
they make more shows.
then later on, she's talking about like how she tried to make a TV series and whatever. And didn't
She
go
was
to
one
plan.
of the
Yeah, she
what-
was one of
the Fox 5,
Fox
Fox
5.
Fox or the Fox Force
Yeah.
5. I feel.
Yeah, Fox
that.
Force 5 sounds right.
And she was like a knife.
Yeah, she was cool with a knife. One of them was really good at sex, and the other
Yeah,
one
the
was
French
whatever.
one. The
Yeah.
French one was good at sex. That was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And
And she told bad jokes.
yeah, she get to tell a joke every episode, but she only got to tell the one joke,
Yeah,
which I've completely forgotten.
it was a shit.
One
show.
uh,
of us should do that from now on.
What we get? I think we tell enough jokes in here, and you know what? In what? I don't know how many episodes will have come out by the time this one does, but in what I assume to be about 17 episodes, we've still not managed one funny joke, but we're trying.
We haven't made one funny joke. That's pretty
Remarkable.
isn't it?
I thought my
Apart from
Reservoir
Three. He said it 3 times.
Yeah.
Apart from Cat.
I thought my Reservoir Dogs one was funny, but I don't know. About
No.
Bro, shut up.
We'll ask the council. We'll ask all our. Well, we get loads of comments because we're
Yeah.
so popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Shaggy. Buff
Actually,
Shaggy.
we did. There was yeah.
They
No.
got Buff
Shaggy
Shaggy.
commented. Buff Shaggy.
Yeah, Buff
So-
Shaggy.
They spend a lot of time
Wasn't
in
me.
Jackrabbit Slims is the name of the place, and this place is like a bunch of sections, and it's all based on like celebrities and whatever the
Well,
fuck.
it's all. Yeah, like
50s
like,
inspired.
Yeah.
50s inspired. So like
Ballroom
Buddy
type,
Holly,
yeah.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nixon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy at the front.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Somebody Brackerin.
It's just a storm, Dick. Settle down. You're
Yeah.
right.
No,
I've
No.
never played that.
It's
I've
so
barely
good.
ever played
What, you
any.
never played 5?
Call of
No,
Duty Black Ops.
I never really played much Call of Duty, so I've only really played like World War Two. And when I found out there was a zombies
Zombies,
mode
you play as
where I can
JFK.
play as JFK,
Yeah, you can
I
play as
lost my shit.
JFK, Nixon.
I can't remember. There's another one
Settle
where you're
down,
like
Nick.
you're on like a George Romero
Yeah,
film
George,
set,
That's
Call of the Dead.
Call of the
and
Dead.
it's what like Sarah Michelle Gellar,
Um,
Michael Rooker, is it Danny Trejo,
Danny Trejo.
and Robert Englund.
Robert England,
I
yeah.
think you're right.
Yeah, that's fucking
it is
insane.
on
It's
fire,
good.
innit?
And
it's
the
a good
boss
map
is
as well.
George
Yeah,
Romero.
Exactly.
He's a
Yeah.
scary guy as well.
Yeah,
when
he's
in it.
scary.
He's a scary guy.
I want to fucking play some of these,
You should
man.
play it. It's
You
good.
should, they're
Fucking
really,
awesome.
really fun.
You know what I mean? Like,
Then
sounds
you got
fucking rad.
Then you got Mob of the Dead. who's
Mob
got
of the
a lot-
Dead?
Yeah, Mob of the Dead's good.
Yeah, that's got a
Is
fair
that
few
is that in a
actors.
cell? Like
Yeah.
a prison
Yeah.
cell?
It's
Yeah.
Alcatraz.
It's Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. That shit sounds fucking
It's
awesome,
got like a few
man.
of the gangsters from like like gangster movies, like Godfather and everything. I do believe. It's like the voice actor.
I can't remember their
I
names.
can't remember their names.
Okay.
You've got the bad guy from Why Quit Matrix. I forgot his name now. The one with the one who betrays him.
I don't fucking matter. Anyway, we'll go back to the
I
film.
don't know. Yeah.
You know what I'm on about.
You'll know their faces. I
Yeah,
can't
you'd know
remember
their
any of their
faces.
names.
Either way, they
know his
talk
face.
about all the stuff we were just talking about with the whole, whatever. And then they kind of all look blazed. By the way, both of them look completely blazed. I noticed their eyes are all like bloodshot and shit.
I'm blazed right
Vegas might be.
But eventually she's talking about like silences, and she's like, yeah, okay, well, I'm going to go powder my nose in the bathroom. And what she actually means by that is she's going to go powder her nose with cocaine.
Isn't
in the
everyone
bathroom.
doing it in the bathroom?
Yeah.
No, they're powdering their
No, I
nose.
think they're
No,
actually
no.
powdering their noses.
her then,
And she's,
okay.
Yeah,
Actually-
I did like the play on words.
yeah, which is cool. Because
Is it?
cocaine is cool.
So as you can
Cocaine's
tell by
so
how it
cool.
affects her later on. So she does
Yeah,
she's
I mean-
so as you were saying, she was talking about like how like we don't need to do small talk, we can just have like a normal, not awkward silence. So let's try that. Let's just all see if we can have like a not awkward silence.
What?
Let's just try it.
Shut the fuck up.
Let's just try it.
Riveting stuff, guys. This is
No,
fun.
you're ruining it. You're ruining it. What are you doing back there? I can only. The screen's in the way. It didn't look good.
What?
It didn't look good whatever you were
What?
doing.
No, you know what he was.
You know what you was
No.
doing.
What?
So
So all that coke he's been having, to be
And
fair.
then they had a good, cool little dance scene in there as well. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, they put on
bit Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry. Yeah, they put on some Chuck Berry. They did this, and she was like, "I want that trophy. We're gonna go up there and dash your boss." And
Okay, well that was. He's lost his mind. So there's a competition at the 50s diner where you can win a trophy for doing a dance.
And she wants to do it, but it's for couples only, but they're not couples.
You sounded like that guy. They're making the frogs gay. That's what you
they actually are. They actually are. Did you see the what's his name? JFK. Whatever.
Okay.
The one of them, the one of the K's, the one of the J's. He's the health minister of America, isn't he?
J.K. Rowling.
He talks like
They're making the mice trans.
yeah, he talks like this, doesn't he? That's how he sounds, and he's like, the water. It started frogs, feminine. And there was just like a clip of what's his name? Who
I don't
said
know
the
his
thing.
name, yeah.
I can't remember his name, and he was just like, what? No. He was right all along. Oh, I actually don't know what we were talking
We were
about.
talking about the dancing,
dancing.
and then they were going for a trophy. They went back to the...
For this film of fame, actually, Charlie and Steve have agreed to do the dance on camera
No, we
after
didn't.
this.
We
can
haven't.
insert it in.
We haven't.
We'll put the music on.
Stand up, dance.
We'll have them do it. Not right now. Not right now. After
Dance.
we're gonna insert it in. So that's what we have. That's what we bring to the table. for the film of fame. So Charlie came on. He said
No, this is lies. He's
This is
lying.
lies.
he demanded it. He demanded when
This
he
is-
came on that
Is
he
this
got
the
to
whole
do the
reason why
dance.
you wanted to do Pulp Fiction? Just
Yeah,
to
man,
do
just
the
so I
dance.
can
And
dance
he
on
he
camera.
wants to dance like Mia, and he wants Steven to dance like John Travolta.
I can do that.
I need to John. I can't do the Mia one. I can do the John.
No, you
Travolta.
gotta do the Mia.
Oh, I can't do the Mia one.
Where you gotta do it. It's like Alistair Katz is what he said. He said he wanted her to dance like Alistair Katz.
This is no. I never.
Not right now.
agreed to
Not right
this.
now.
No, right now.
Not right
I'm
now.
Oh, now
gonna do
you
it right now.
dickhead.
What?
I'm gonna do it right now. We can do the rest of the podcast. I'm just doing this.
We'd have to re-angle the cameras.
Yeah, we would have to.
Anyway, Charlie, what have you got any you got anything you want to say?
No,
No.
Yeah, for yourself.
For yourself.
no. I thought
We've
well,
come
you
on
were
as our
setting me
expert
up.
here. I thought you were about to tell me all
No,
the,
I'm just saying it's
all
a.
the-
They come back
Mhm.
to the room,
The place,
their
yeah.
place,
Mhm.
and obviously
And
what's her name again?
Mia.
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman. That's what I was looking for.
Uma
But Mia
Thurman.
overdoses
On his crack.
coke.
on his crack, which the guy sold.
Yeah, but to be fair, she shouldn't be sniffing crack anyway. She should be.
She shouldn't be looking through his pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but you know, her husband like threw that guy off that roof because he
It's-
rubbed her feet. So
is her feet out again at on those scenes?
probably.
pretty sure.
I'm
Oh,
not upset they are.
yeah. I mean, come on, let's be honest. I mean, like, no, yeah. And while that's all happening, they do like a weird silence thing or whatever, and then he goes into the bathroom and he's like,
It's wrong.
you know, he's composing himself. He's locking in.
Right.
He's locking in. and he eventually
Is he
comes
going to
out.
try and commit nefarious acts with her, do you think?
No, he locks in.
No,
Oh, he's
yeah.
trying to leave.
Yeah, he locks in. He
Yeah,
goes,
he's
oh,
like,
oh,
I can't
this is
do
a
this.
test of mental strength and all this stuff.
Yeah, it's like
and he's looking in the mirror.
loyalty and stuff, and he's like, I'm gonna go home and just go and have a jack off. He does say that as well.
Does he
Yeah,
say
he does.
that?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
says he's
Said
gonna
that
go
as
home
well.
and jack off instead.
Yeah,
So he's like,
Better decision in this case.
yeah.
yeah, he don't.
I'd
want
Respect
rather
him.
not. I'd rather do that than get.
It's still the guy's
murdered.
wife as well.
Yeah, so he walks out and he's like, yo, fuck this shit, I'm out. And then she's on the floor, you know, having a stroke or whatever the fuck. So yeah, he is this about the point where
She.
So they've gone to that guy's house that sold them.
yeah, I was
stuff. They-
sorry.
They put
I need to
drove the
check my
car on the
note.
lawn.
Could see
What you doing here?
the issue is the film is like all over the gaff, so I just need to check my notes to make certain they didn't put
Well,
like
we
some
can, we
bullshit
can talk
in between.
around. You know what I mean? It's got to be exact. The film is.
Actually, it does. So fuck yeah.
You know,
I'm the host. I make the
Connor
rules
likes to like recap the film, sort of go through it. You know
because it's
what
easier to talk about.
I mean? It is easy if you go in order, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is.
and if anyone wants to cut to a certain point, it's easy
I
for
love
them
it
to
the way
find
it's
it.
like, oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy to go in order, yet the fucking movie's
The
like,
movie's
well,
not
that's-
in order.
yeah,
it's not in order.
Yeah, that's the issue I'm having.
This is Connor's
No.
challenge.
I feel like I wish Samuel Jackson was in this movie more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
do
know
as
what?
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
He's
in this
really
bloody
good
film.
in it.
Fucking great acting.
No, but they call up the dealer, and he's like, I've got an OD'd girl here. You do this, and he's like, no, don't bring that bitch here.
And he's
then-
like, wait a minute, who even are you? Prank caller, prank caller.
Yeah.
So they don't, in case
Yeah,
they're being
yeah.
listened in on.
And then he crashes
Just
into the
crashes
house, and he's
into the-
like, yeah, he's just it's just a bunch of shit. They're
Yeah,
just
they-
screaming
I
at
know
each
it's
the
other.
really
neighbours.
funny.
Yeah, it
when
is really funny. but-
fucking crash.
crashes.
You see it go past the door and you see the crash.
Yeah,
None of the neighbours pay attention to it at all.
yeah, no one gives a shit.
No one cares.
I think the scene's quite tense when they've got to like save her with like the fucking syringe.
Yeah, the
Exactly.
syringe. Yeah, and they put like a little dart on her chest, and he was looking for this black book for ages.
That's
And-
Oh,
not-
and-
yeah, the first handbook.
And every time he walked away, what's his name would say something to him, and he'd turn around and he'd go, "Well, if you stop talking to me, I'll go find the fucking book." Wouldn't I?
And they get a backlash. She's fine. She's
They took the
she's
fuck-
back
just
up.
about.
She's
They
completely
took the
fine.
fucking piss though.
Well, maybe she shouldn't have done fucking crack. Then,
Yeah,
should
that
she?
is. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the amount of time to like get her along. Like first the drive, then fucking looking for the black book, and then it took a fair bit to stab her as well. That was like one.
Well, I'd
Dude.
be careful.
Yeah, it's because if he misses and like stabs her in the eye or something, then it's over. Like, then she's cooked, ain't she? And then he's cooked. Well, I don't know. If he saves the dude from being raped, then he's okay. But
Do you think? Alright. Okay. Is that all it takes? Do you think? You just save that guy from getting raped, and then you can.
I think so. Yeah, clearly.
Dylan said we should censor that word.
What word?
Grape. Why?
I don't know. I think it's triggering to people like who have
I
been.
think you
who
can't.
have-
Like off the record, I don't think you can use
Grape.
I think maybe. Honestly, like I know, like
maybe sexually abused.
I th-
Would be a better word.
I think it might.
So he's gonna have to beep the R word he said.
Is that alright? I
Well,
think
both R words.
I think I understand that one. I think if that's happened to you, you'd be
Bit traumatized.
you'd be pretty traumatized.
On the record, guys, this is just a bunch of woke nonsense. We need to sort it out.
He just said on the record.
Alternatively, instead of censoring
We
it,
could just use a different word like grape.
I was just gonna say like put like a trigger warning at the start. You know what I mean? I just think it's sensitive subject matter. Is all. I don't think we've ever.
Maybe you shouldn't have put it in a film then, should it?
No.
True.
I do think it's an unnecessary inclusion.
Yeah, I agree. I think that scene is unnecessary.
Yeah.
I understand it's meant to be like
Because he
Brute's bloody redemption like type of thing, but does it have to be with?
Trigger warning.
yeah, does he have to,
That
he's
type of
gonna
Content includes
Grape.
probably kill him anyway. Isn't
He could have just saved him. Like they could have just had a gun to his head and he just saved them.
yeah.
He could have just saved the
You should like a
guy,
massive stomp Steve like out of like.
but He did.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah,
We'll
but
just-
if they wasn't graping him and it was just them with a gun to his head,
Like,
the noise wouldn't have blocked out the fighting. And
Yeah,
shit.
and back then, I'm not saying. I'm just saying back then people would have those scenes just because people weren't
Edgy.
as. What's the word? Sensitive to it now, which I understand.
Woke nonsense.
woke nonsense, not wanting to see a man
mean-
get
Graped.
on screen.
I mean, I'll be real with you. I think it's just Quinton trying to be edgy.
Yeah.
But again, it is
I
making.
think
We're
so.
talking about it to this day. So
To this
it's just
day.
kinda still
To this
about it.
day.
To the day. yeah, no. So he saves that woman, and he takes her back, and he's like, "Yo, this like definitely didn't happen." She was like, "Yeah." Then she tells him that really shite joke, and that's it. And we were, yeah, that's their end of their thing.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was some shit about tomatoes and ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a family of tomatoes, and the father tomato says ketchup, and that's it. I think that's genuinely the whole joke. It's really shit.
All related back to food.
And then she's not really in the film much after that.
Yeah, she's not really, and that's it.
I don't think she is, is she?
No, she's with her husband. Like,
Yeah, she shows up.
But she's
once.
like wearing like a swimming uniform.
yeah,
I could barely tell it was her.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's that. And then I think we move to the butch scenes. Like, his like actual story. He kills a guy in the boxing fight. So he's supposed to go down in the 5th round. He like
Doesn't.
super
Kills the fucker
duper
instead.
doesn't. Yeah, he ices that guy in the ring, and he fucking leaves. And he gets in this taxi, and there's this weird taxi driver just talking to him in
What's
like
it
a
like
weird
to
way.
kill a man? He's like, I don't fucking know, man. I didn't know he was dead. Like,
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, I don't really know what the whole thing is there, if we're gonna be
yeah, his girlfriend's
I don't-
quite weird as well.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
get onto that weird French
Talking about she wants a
weirdo.
pot belly or something. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I was really confused by what Quentin.
Quentin.
What's happening
Not
here?
again,
What are you
Quentin.
doing,
What
man?
have you got for me? Does she ever fade out?
Probably.
I think she's just in a dressing gown. Right?
Yeah, I think she's.
I think she's just in a shirt. Like,
Yeah, I think you're actually in a shirt.
Yeah.
Is she the French one that they were talking about before? Where they're saying there was 4 different girls.
Maybe.
I mean, it could be, but
Well, they are in LA. It's possible.
Possible.
yeah.
Maybe she's very good at sex.
Maybe she's very good at sex.
I mean, either way, just so just before he gets there, he rings up our dude on the phone, and I think apparently the thing about him going down was leaked. They said it was like a leak, so everyone started to bet on it. I think this is how this works. What actually happened anyway? So I think they bet against the odds because it got leaked that he was going to take the fall in the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's how they made the money. So they were like, okay, balling rich now. We just got to get out of here, but we got to give it a day. So he goes home. He's got this like weird.
It's got daddy issues.
Yeah.
So Christopher Walken comes to him as a child.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, I
he's
was
like,
about-
your father, he
Stuck it up his ass.
he shoved this watch up his ass
hit it.
for
The only
5
place
years.
you know,
Then
good.
I shoved it
He
up my
could,
ass.
and then I shoved it up my ass for 2 years.
2 years.
For
I had
2
this up my
years.
ass.
For 2 years, and then I got it to you. And so it's like, so many people are in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
The guy that like fucking John Travolta like accidentally shoots in the face. That's Phil Lamar. He's a
Yeah.
voice actor. He's in like fucking everything. He's like Samurai Jack. He's like Hermes in
Is he?
Futurama.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I love
Um,
Futurama.
Bro's in fucking everything. He's like Green Lantern and Justice League. Like,
No,
so
yeah.
he does not suffer a great fate here.
No,
if he's any
the
good at
cast
limbo.
is as
Cast
per
is good.
usual
Huh?
for a Quentin Tarantino film.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Even when he doesn't try to have a big cast, he ends up using
Like the
really
best
good
people.
actors.
Yeah.
Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Brilliant cast.
That it's everyone from the Manson crew.
Yeah.
Every single one has ended up doing like amazing
I
films
feel like
What-
and
What's
are
the Manson
super
crew?
hot. It's from the from his other film.
yeah, I feel like when it comes to Quentin
Which one?
Tarantino,
What's it called? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
in
Everyone-
that one there's loads.
There's loads. There's basically there's a group in the thing. Obviously, I don't think you've watched it yet, have you?
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, so it's, yeah.
I won't go into it. But
Fair
either way,
enough.
there's a group and there's like loads of actors in it, and like loads of them are either
Yeah.
really good actors or they're like not done anything yet, but they are
Like,
about
then-
to be
yeah.
really good within the year. Like all of them.
When it
Like
comes to,
Sydney
like,
Sweeney's in there, and
That other
like
one that always bites her lip, I forget her name.
Margaret Quigley.
I think I don't know. I always forget her name.
I
Even-
think that's what her name is. She was in
Yeah.
the subs.
The Substance.
Yeah.
Doesn't even Reservoir.
No.
Dogs-
Sus- What's the horror film?
Suspiria, what's it called? Is that-
No.
No, I don't know.
No.
The Substance
The
is a horror
Substance, but I
film,
don't
isn't it?
No,
But
not the
she's not in that one, I don't
substance. It's
It's not the one with Mia Goth, is it?
No.
With like X and Pearl. No.
No,
I
no,
love
no,
Dex.
X was good.
It's good.
no. I'll find the
is
film in a
Suspiria?
second.
No, what is she in?
No, Suspiria is like the weird red art one,
Yeah.
isn't it? I haven't watched that yet, but I really want. There's 2 of those, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's I'm gonna find it now, but they've also got is it Thingy Baker, the dude who's on the horse?
No idea. Couldn't tell you.
Bro, what? the
Anyway,
hell,
I'm
man?
saying Quentin Tarantino's cast. I felt when actors hear, "Oh, we're doing a Quentin Tarantino film," and they're doing a Christopher Nolan film, they'll just say yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
It's just so good.
Well, but it doesn't even Reservoir Dogs have a big, like a
Yeah.
decent cast. It's got
Good
Steve
cast.
Buscemi, isn't
Steve
it?
Buscemi, yeah.
Mhm.
It's got that guy obviously from the diner scene at the start.
Yeah, well, which is like,
Yeah.
how did he get those guys? Like, did he know them?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I suppose for his first film.
for his
How did-
first film, because he made what? He made a short film for Reservoir Dogs, and then he made it into a movie. How did he get all those guys?
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually.
Who's in Reservoir Dogs? What's the kind of the cast list?
Get it up now.
Get it.
Sorry, I'm struggling for the internet connection. Reservoir Dogs.
I bet it's pretty impressive considering it's his first
Isn't
movie.
the guy? From
Oh
Dawn
my
of the
god, let
Dead
me go on
in Reservoir
Google.
Dogs?
I think
Kosiak is
so.
going to make me blow my brains out.
Go do me, Edin.
Oh, what's his name? Not the Weasel, not the guy in the
Not
white
Weasel,
shirt.
It's what's his name? O'Leary guy.
Yeah. It's not Sam O'Leary.
Yes.
Is it Sam?
I think so. Yeah. Sam O'Leary.
I don't
I
know.
know that's not his actual name, but that's his
Yeah,
guy's,
that's
isn't
not
it?
the dead name in it.
Alright, Reservoir Dogs cast. Sorry, I was on that other shit fucking search engine they force you to use on
I'm
these
also
computers.
going to look just for my own
So
satisfaction.
they have Quentin Tarantino, obviously. They have Harvey Keitel.
Harvey Keitel. Keitel. Or is it?
Yeah, Keitel. I've just
Yeah.
got bad eyes. Michael Madsen. Tim Roth, obviously. Stephen Buscemi. Chris Penn. Lawrence Tierney. Edward Bunker.
There's an
Kirk Bolts.
there's a
Randy
couple of
Brooks.
impressive ones in there.
So-
Like, I'd be happy to get like someone who wasn't on my media course. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, basically.
Which I say, we're good actors.
I think some of us
We
are.
could get Sean Wallace.
Yeah, Sean Wallace.
Alright.
What was I going to say? No, I just wonder how he went about that. But,
Yeah.
this film's got a good cast though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy.
Probably want to buy it with lots of money, let's be real.
Yeah, well, yeah, but 8.5 million.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
then again, it is a lot
That
of money.
goes
though.
into casting though, isn't it?
It was the substance that I was on about that
Yeah,
she was
what's
in.
substance?
She's like the younger version, isn't she?
Oh.
So,
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I am
Michael
fucking
Madsen,
right.
so they need to get a
Austin Butler is who I was on about as well.
Bruce Willis has moved to a hotel to get away, but his girlfriend's not packed his
Yeah,
dad's ass watch.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
that's
ass
what-
watch, bro.
The
It's
ass
so
watch.
annoying.
So he needs to go get the ass watch back,
Yeah.
and he goes to get it, and he runs into Vince.
Mm.
He's fucking
Yeah.
murks him.
I do have a thing.
He runs him
Who's going to this? So you're going to this dude bro's house to kill him.
You're
you're
gonna
like-
have a shit.
I need a shit. I'll leave my gun out in the kitchen.
Was
What is that all about?
I feel bad for him. Like any time Vince is on the fucking toilet, bad shit happens.
I don't feel bad for him. Why did he leave his gun
yeah, that is dumb of
outside?
him.
Like,
Every time bad shit happens, it happens
leave it
in
on the
toilet.
sink, blood. Go take it in with you and leave it on the sink. I get
Yeah,
it. You don't want to. Okay, fine. You don't want to have it in your pocket while you're shitting. It's whatever. Leave it in. You know, what are we doing? Having
Yeah,
it in
that
a
is
different
dumb of him,
room
to
to
be
you?
fair.
That's just dumbass. He deserved it. Honestly, he
I've
deserved
always
being
been,
a dumbass.
I've always been curious when that takes place.
So is it?
To be fair, that also foreshadows, you know, when he's in the car and he shoots the guy in an accident. Just so he's done with his guns, he's just sloppy with it all the time.
Yeah, you stop it. So it's all the stuff with Vince and Jules, but the diner bits at the end.
Mm.
Then it's all the Bruce Willis shit because
Because
kills
obviously he's in
Vince,
his
innit?
suit, innit? When
he is in a
dies-
suit.
When he dies, he's in his suit.
So I guess they got it.
So it
I guess what he got a new suit. I guess.
No, it just confuses.
Yeah,
me,
maybe
so-
he just owns more than one
And
pair
so-
of clothes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
But
mean,
he's not in LA usually. He's all.
yeah, I
unless-
suppose, but you know, if he's got to be there for a couple of days,
I suppose you don't
pack
want
in
to
one
wear
set,
the
are you?
fucking.
So
You don't want to wear the.
But like, why are you wearing a suit if you're meant to lay low?
To be fair, it could have been a while after, because obviously when they left
Could
the
have
diner
been-
at
it
the
could
end
have
scene,
been.
they were in their funny clothes, weren't they?
Yeah.
So it
yeah, I
could have been all the way
suppose
after
it
that.
could
Yeah,
have just
so,
been a good bit after. yeah.
What was I going to say? You see a lot of the Bruce stuff. He's getting chased down by he thinks he's made a getaway. He's driving in his car. He's going pretty smooth.
Yeah, he's singing.
And then
He's having a good time.
And then he sees Wallace.
Wallace.
He hits
Yeah.
him with his car.
Was Wallace holding a cake then as well? Am I just imagining that? I forget.
He was holding something.
He might be.
I think
Yeah.
it was a
Definitely
cake.
holding something.
And then Bruce Willis then gets like fucking hit by a car himself, like his car does.
Yeah, because he crosses the red light.
Yeah.
Because obviously, why wouldn't he be crossing in front of him? So he crosses the red light to hit him. He hits him in the car. He's all bloodied up his face, and they both kind of wake up at the same time, I think. And so he shoots him, accidentally shoots a random woman, and they do this little chase scene.
Yeah, and then he goes into a dodgy store.
A
A
very,
redneck store.
very dodgy store.
And they both get like knocked out by the owner and taken
Exactly,
down by.
he's holding
a shotgun.
Yeah, the owner's called Maynard, and then like he calls up Zed, who's been mentioned a couple of times. I guess he's a police officer from the looks of it.
Yeah, he was an
And they
officer.
bring them down to the basement, and they like ball gag him, which is a grim image. I don't like those either. I'm gonna level it, and then I guess their intention was to
Grape.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
really grim because Bruce Willis makes his escape.
A lot of N-words being dropped then as well.
Yeah, because they have this gimp who's in like this extra basement underneath the basement.
The
Yeah,
extra
they
basement.
have the gimp
Yeah.
from Pulp
Is the
Fiction.
kid
Yeah,
enjoying it, or is he just like...
I assume he's
I think
enjoying
No,
it.
'cause
enjoying it.
he's
He's not just
laughing and
kidnapped
shit,
and they
do you
just
know what I
kept
mean?
him. Yeah, but I think he could have been there for so long that he just gone fucking senile.
Could do.
Do you know what
I
mean?
maybe.
think the Gimp's. I think the Gimp likes
I
it.
think the game likes it as well. To be
Did
fair.
you ever hear about that guy who got arrested because he used to crawl? He
Oh
would
yeah, I know
he
what
would
you're
crawl
saying.
around on the floor
In a
in
gimp.
public in a Gimp suit. So
To be fair,
they
that'd
banned
frighten
him.
That'd frighten the life
They
out
just
of me.
banned
He
him
can't.
for
He
life.
can't own
No
a
more
Gimp
Gimp
suit.
suit
It's
for
illegal
you.
for him. He could look.
How
if
do
he-
you
if he
like
kept-
regulate that as well? Like
They may well, it's going to be
Well-
a bit obvious if he does it again.
He does it again.
yeah, no.
So theoretically, he
if
could.
you went to buy one,
Oh, look at him! He's
how
at
are
it
they gonna,
again.
have you got your gimp suit license? No, they're not gonna do that.
Have you got your
No,
guts?
yeah. So theoretically,
I'd assume he
well,
can do
that's,
it. in
that's
his
like
own
saying,
way.
well, you're not allowed to own a gun, but it's like you can still go get it,
Right,
can't you? Yeah.
yeah.
But if he's caught, then he's gonna go to jail, isn't he?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
assuming he's allowed a gimp suit at home. He's just not allowed.
No,
in
he's not
public.
allowed to own a Gimp suit anymore.
Maybe-
Yeah, so
maybe
every
the
now and
He's
then,
lost
the,
that right.
The cops show up at his house and he's
Yeah.
like,
Maybe they visit him every
"You
few
better not
months.
have
Maybe
a
he's got like
fucking
some sort of
gimp suit
counsellor.
here, son."
This one looks new, mate.
If you like, look, honestly, if he'd just gone into his house like this guy, he'd gone to a little basement and he kept it to himself, weren't harming anyone, but he had to crawl around on the street.
I mean, I think he was harming, so he intended to harm someone though.
God.
Well, yeah, because he
well,
went out.
he was
didn't he?
fine actually.
So, yeah, so Bruce Willis manages to escape, and then he decides for some reason to go save Wallace with a samurai sword. And then they're like butt fucking
Can
him,
I
man.
also say
Like-
the amount of time it took him to get that samurai sword? He was looking through
Well,
everything.
they wanted to. Don't forget, this dude is still trying to kill him.
Yeah, he's still trying to kill, but he took so long. If
I
I
would've
in that
left.
situation, I
I'm
would
not
have found
being
a
funny.
weapon. Just grab
that
the
guy's
weapon
trying to
and-
kill me. I won't go back
Yeah,
for
yeah,
him.
to be fair. But again, it's always like redemption arc, innit?
I don't see
Nah.
why he didn't use fucking
Kinda.
chainsaw.
Yeah, no, it is, but like, why?
I don't know.
I think a chainsaw.
I,
would
I
win.
saw that had
Like-
this theory that
He still killed the dude.
the
in
people
the
who like
boxing ring.
are trying to redeem themselves. So Samuel Jackson, Brute, but is it Brute?
No,
Bruce.
Butch.
What's his name? Butch.
Butch.
Sorry, we always get confused. Are redeeming themselves, whatever. That's why in the scene when the guy comes out the bathroom, bah, 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 misses everything
Yeah.
because they can't be killed right now. Like they need to redeem themselves, but then Travolta gets fucking drilled because he didn't redeem himself.
What? How didn't he redeem himself?
He
I
saved
don't
that girl from the crack, didn't he?
Yeah, he did say the girl from the crack, but apparently that's I don't know.
That doesn't
Yeah,
count.
but
That
also-
doesn't count.
Also, fucking shoots that guy like willy nilly, like in the head.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he didn't do it willy nilly. It was actively an accident.
yeah.
He
Yeah,
says,
but
"Oh
it-
fuck, I did that
Yeah,
by
but
accident." and
it
shoot
was
that
his
guy.
precautions afterwards.
Mm.
It was his precautions afterwards. He just wanted to like basically fuck off, and then obviously Samuel L. Jackson character wanted to get help, and
It was a
Everything.
stretch. It was a far fetched fucking theory though, because they were saying, oh, and in the briefcase it was someone's soul. I forgot whose soul. I'm like, okay.
Someone's
Someone-
soul.
No, I have
Yeah,
heard- I
one
have
of the
heard of
characters'
the
soul,
theory.
but I can't.
What is this
remember.
fucking Pandora's box? What is this shit, man?
I mean, then why did it fucking glow?
Yeah, it did glow. To be fair.
Yeah, why did it glow? I had that in my notes. Why is it glowing? It's like glowing and making this ominous sound. I originally just thought it would be gold bars
It could just be
because it's
gold
like glowing yellow and shit.
Mm.
But like, I don't even know.
I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon it's like your fridge. You know, when you open it, it's just a light.
Yeah. Anyway,
Of
I think he saves the guy
Yeah, he saves the guy
from getting
Could be the watch.
more.
from more.
It's already
yeah,
happened.
it's already happened. And he's like, "Are you okay, man?" He's like, "At home."
Oh,
I'm pretty fucking far from okay. And he lets him go on the basis that he doesn't mention this to anyone.
And he gets
leaves
the
town.
fuck
And he
out.
leaves town. So while he gets Maynard with a sword, Wallace like shoots Zed in the dick with a shotgun, and they're gonna keep him alive. So they're gonna go
torture
medieval
him.
on his ass.
Yeah.
So I pulled up on my phone here something that I was quite curious about, which I'd forgot to write down. Why is it called Pulp Fiction? Which is
Not a
something I
clue.
mentioned at the start.
Isn't it like the definition arc of a character and?
Oh,
being
they
the
say at the
character.
start. what
So the
definition
title
of pulp,
refers to
don't
pulp magazines and hard-boiled crime novels during the mid-20th century, known for their graphic violence and punchy dialogue,
Yeah.
which is why she sounds that way.
Yeah, and
Oh.
the poster itself is literally a magazine
Yeah.
poster.
Yeah. So it's like magazines, like comics. I suppose. Why is it comics? I suppose because they're all fiction, aren't they? Unless it's
they?
like
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I suppose. Yeah.
I'd have to. This is what I did have this written down somewhere, but I've got it up here as well. So this is fiction magazines that derive from the from the wood pulp paper on which the magazines are printed. It's stories, but I don't know whether it's I think it might be comics. Pulp magazines often featured illustrated novel-length stories. Does seem to be comics then if they're illustrated. But people like Flash Gordon, like the
Yeah.
Phantom, the Shadow, Doc Savage. So it's kind of like comic books, like old comics, but really. But I think some of them might have had more controversial subject matter.
Yeah.
Never
Never thought about that,
well, you're supposed to be the expert, Charlie.
Yeah.
You've
Bro just
put
likes
this
the movie.
title
Bro-
on me. I'm not an expert.
Bro just likes the movie.
I love the film.
You're a specialist. You're our specialist. You're special.
I'm special.
Do you wish you were special?
Yeah.
Are you a creep?
Huh?
Are you a creep?
Yeah. I'm a creep. Anyway.
Yeah, the
Okay.
film.
The film. Yeah. How long are we run time on this?
An hour and 10 minutes.
Huh?
An hour and 10 minutes.
Hour and 10 minutes.
We've gone for an
Fucking
hour.
Yeah, I'm being funny. We've got a lesson in 55 minutes.
You got a lesson in 55.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I feel like we still got a decent amount of the film to go. As well.
I don't.
Shit. Let's go.
Right, let's go.
go, okay.
So, yeah,
So he saves Wallace.
Yeah,
Bruce
so
is done
he
at that
goes-
point. Bruce leaves.
Bruce goes to
Willis
grab his
leaves.
girl on the motorbike and then
Yeah.
leave town. And now
yeah,
he's got
he
his
leaves
last watch
with
as
his
well.
Weird hippie French
Yeah.
autistic girl. And then we
So
go back
what
to the
does
other
girl say?
scene.
She's like, "Oh, where'd you get the motorbike from?" It's on a motorbike, darling. It's a chopper. And leaves.
Yeah.
Job.
And she asks who it's from, and she's like, "He's dead."
Isn't it only
Oh, he's
the cafe scene after this? Oh no, they accidentally kill
the
Phil
guy.
Lamar.
Yeah, they
And they have to
accidentally
take
kill
him
Phil Lamar. Anyway, yeah,
To
so
Quentin Tarantino's house.
they're back in that other
Quentin
thing,
Tarantino.
other scene from earlier where they're talking about the burgers and the whatever with the dude. They shoot the guy, and then we see this dude in the bathroom. He comes out and he starts.
And misses every bullet.
Yeah, he misses every single bullet. They kill him, and they go to Lamar, and they're like, "Why didn't you tell us that guy was in the bathroom?"
Samuel Jackson's like a revelation like that. This is God.
Yeah,
This is
he's
a
like,
miracle.
"This
The
is
amount because
literally
when the
God."
guy comes out, he shoots him like shoots
Everywhere,
him everywhere.
besides
and he
any of
misses
them.
every single
Yeah.
time, which is a miracle. God saved
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, it is quite something. Either way, they get in the car, they leave with the dirty laundry, and then in the car, Vega turns around and accidentally shoots Lamar in the face. He shoots Lamar in the face, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
What is the character's name?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Randy or something like that, isn't
No,
it?
it's Phil Lamar. Hermes.
I mean, I can check for you as well
No,
while
it's
we
fine,
talk,
it's
but
fine, yeah.
Big up Hermes.
yeah,
Static Shock, man.
what's happening?
You play Static Shock.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah, man, yeah.
He's in everything, man.
Yeah, true. So, and then we go to Quentin Tarantino's house, and Quentin Tarantino's like,
Mark, fuck.
N-word this, N-word
Yeah.
that, N-word this,
Bro wrote this
N-word
for
that.
himself.
Anywhere in my car, in my garage.
Why do you think he wrote this scene in, Charlie?
He's-
So he could say the N-word.
I definitely think he wanted to say the N word.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And Samuel L.
There is-
Jackson's just taken because he is the
He's
director
like,
at the end of the
I
day.
can't do fuck all about this.
Yeah. Then the wolf
Like-
comes.
Yeah, you have to call in the wolf to clean up the car because the car's covered in
Yeah.
blood. They've got a body with no head in there. They're trying to clean it up. They gotta get the wolf.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
Harvey
I love-
Keitel.
The wolf is great.
The wolf
He's
is like a
great.
cool dude.
This
Certified.
guy did a bunch of
Adverts.
adverts as this character
Yeah.
afterwards, or at least a similar character.
I
which
think he literally
remember.
was the same character.
Was
Yeah.
it like compared to meerkat things?
I don't think it was.
Or
I think it was
somewhere else?
insurance or something
It was
like
definitely
that.
car
Yeah.
insurance.
It was a car
Yeah.
insurance.
But he's very good in this movie. He's got an aura about him, like
Yeah.
rocking up, like cleaning them all up.
Yeah, John Travolta tries to, speak up to him. He's like, bro, I come here to tell you have a job. And then he...
He's very
Yeah.
professional.
Yeah.
Like this, the opening
Yeah.
scene, his first appearance is like on the phone. He's writing down the information. He's like,
Oh, I love it the way it goes. It'll take about 30 minutes, but I'll be
And
there
now
in
there's
10.
one.
I'm dying.
And
I'm sorry.
And then
I
he's
did
not
that.
even in there in 10 minutes. He's in there in like
9 minutes
Yeah.
and 37 seconds.
37 seconds.
He's got aura about him. You know what I mean? He's got a vibe. He comes in, he sorts it all out. It's all good. They do have to change into like significantly less cool outfits. Samuel
Yeah.
Jackson looks ridiculous to be
They
honest.
also love to
Also is Vince.
say that Quentin Tarantino's coffee is brilliant. Like, he's got
I
really
know
good
my
coffee.
coffee's good. I
spend for the premium stuff.
so I can taste it.
I feel like that is like some kind of like meta commentary. I don't know.
On what? His coffee?
Yeah.
Insane. He's having an
wolf
episode.
was
Leave
like,
him alone.
"Good
It's
coffee."
fine, guys. Stephen doesn't know what he's talking about
I don't
again.
know if it's Stephen or Quentin Tarantino.
No, I think it's
No,
a
I-
Quentin Tarantino thing, if I'm honest.
What do you mean?
And then Quentin Tarantino.
No, let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, cook.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's no really need to say, like, oh yeah, I know my coffee's good. Like, just say thank you.
There's no need to say anything in this film. There's not a single part of this film where they have a conversation where it's needed to be said. They have a whole conversation about the metric system of burgers, blood. Like,
They got the metric system. They don't know what the
Exactly.
quarter pounder is, man.
A Le Big Mac.
Le Big Mac. I want a Big
And
Mac
then
now.
Quentin Tarantino is in a rush because his girlfriend's going to come back and he sprays down Samuel L. Jackson.
yeah.
And John Travolta with... It's fucking cold.
They spray
Better
him down
you
there,
than
right?
me, boys. Better you than me.
So all is right. They've secured. Phil Lamar is dealt with. He's gone. We've forgotten about him. And they're all good now. So they go to like a cafe instead, get some food or something.
Yeah.
And then Vince
some
goes
funny
for a
clothes.
piss, and then it's the fucking for a shit, I think. And then the
Yeah.
start of the film happens with Tim Roth doing the robbery. Strange scene to end on. Like
I'm
what?
telling you.
Yeah, one thing like you said earlier, this guy needs to stop going to the bathroom.
No, that's what I'm saying. He needs to
Guy
stop. Every time he goes
needs
to the
to
bathroom,
stop going to the bathroom.
Some crazy happens.
Yeah, this, like, I don't know what it is, bro, but just don't break the seal. Just hold it in, bro, till you get home.
Like I'm
'cause-
halfway. I don't know if it was just the whether I missed it or not, but it's just like Samuel Jackson's handling this quite well, and then halfway through the scene they just cut, and Vince is already there with
Yeah,
a
with a
gun.
gun.
Like, he doesn't come in. He's just like he's locked in.
Put
Yeah.
the gun down, honey. Put the gun down.
That's good. They want to because Tim Roth wants to take what's in the briefcase.
yes.
The briefcase is Wallace's stuff, is it?
Yeah, they refer it to as his dirty laundry.
Yeah, and
At some point in
when
the
Tim
film,
Roth
so.
sees it, he's like, "Is that what I think it is?" Like I don't know what's in the
We
briefcase.
don't know. What's
What's at the bar?
What's on Samuel Jackson's wallet again? 'Cause there's
It's
something
bad
important.
motherfucker, isn't
Yeah,
it?
bad
That's-
motherfucker.
That, yeah.
That's actually Quentin Tarantino's actual wallet.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
fucking
fair enough.
So this is probably Samuel Jackson's best scene. I've seen him he grabs the gun off Tim Roth and he talks him down. He lets him he gives him some of his money so he'll leave.
Yeah, he
Gives him
says,
speech.
"Bitch, be calm."
Yeah.
Say, "Bitch, be
Be
calm."
calm. Say, bitch, it's gonna be alright. Promise. Fucking, he's really good. And Tim Roth's good in it as well.
Yeah.
God, I want to be in a Quentin Tarantino film now, man.
Yeah.
I mean, not much opportunity.
Imagine all the feet we're gonna see, guys.
Yes.
And then obviously Samuel Jackson does his like quote about "Am I the shepherd?" or
Yeah, he's like quoting some Ezekiel shit. Like,
because
am I
he's
the
like
shepherd?
saying, "Oh, I used to say this to be cool, like when I had a gun to someone."
And now he's thinking about it
Now
because
he's
he
actually
wants to
thinking
quit.
about it. 'cause
He's
Yeah, he
decided he
wants
wants
to
to
quit. He
quit
doesn't want to do anymore.
quit the life. And there you go. Then I guess so. That with the stuff with Vince, he's only by himself, isn't he? So I guess Samuel Jackson quit. Vince went off.
And that's how he dies
got
because
shot.
He
if
just kept going.
that's why you
They
wonder why
carry
is
on.
where is lightsaber where you need it.
Where his lightsaber
Yeah,
one, you know.
Yeah, and yeah, he's not there.
Because weren't they? The wolf was convincing him just to like basically fuck off. You've obviously got Samuel Jackson telling him, and he just doesn't fuck off.
Yeah.
So
Essentially, don't quit.
Tim Roth just gets away then. Like him and his girlfriend, they just leave. They get away with the money.
I can't remember. I think they do, don't
Think
they?
so,
Yeah,
they're
they
right,
just
yeah.
leave, yeah.
And
Why
then
not?
Samuel Jackson and Vince are like,
leave as well.
yeah, we should probably go, shouldn't we? The film ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the film. That's the
Oh,
fucking
what?
film.
You know, like a weird thing I would have loved to saw though, like a
Fucking
prequel.
squeaking again. A prequel? Why?
Yeah,
pretty
like to see how like Samuel Jackson and John Travolta met and shit.
cool. He's
You
dead.
know what?
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
be honest.
sometimes
Yeah.
you just don't need to know things.
So I think it's
Yeah.
people like you that keep asking for prequels and sequels.
No,
Me,
trust
You
me.
ruin films and shit.
How
It would have ruined
is
it.
there a sequel where you thought, yes, I needed this, and you ever thought I needed
Shrek
this
2.
prequel? No prequel.
Star Wars. I like the prequels.
I feel like if they did,
Wrong.
I feel like if only the original trilogy existed of Star Wars, I don't think I'd care.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that there isn't merit to the prequels. I'm just saying if they didn't exist, I think I could live with it.
If they didn't exist, I could live with it. Like I don't think it really.
If The Hobbit wasn't made, I could live with the original Lord of the Rings.
The Hobbit
Yeah.
films are quite a poor adaptation of that book.
Yeah.
I was just saying the Star Wars prequels are good.
I think the only prequel I've ever watched and gone, yes, I needed this was Better Call Saul.
I haven't seen Better Call
You've
Saul.
never
I'm
seen
really
Better Call
honest.
Saul?
Yeah,
I've
I'm
saw a
trying
few
to
episodes.
see
I'm
others,
struggling
yeah.
to get into it.
What did you say, Connor?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any others. I think you might be. I
Have
think
you seen
that's-
Better Call Saul?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Mm.
Honestly, I feel like it's fucking amazing. I don't know. Either way, no, I think this film's alright as is. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
My overall thoughts, I'd say, is I think it's odd the chronology of it. Not too sure on what the purpose
Yeah.
of it is.
It's because it's not like there's not.
It's to be quirky and cool, innit?
Yeah, because I don't know, because there's not like an inherent idea with it. I think like you know how like okay, Memento is like set out and made with like it's going to be told in a specific way in a weird
Yeah.
way on purpose, and but it lines up correctly in the way they think of it. This is just all over the gaff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is no thought process. It just
but-
is all over the gaff.
Like the acting's incredible. It all looks nice. The violence is
Fun, yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Some of the other stuff, bit much, really, if I'm honest. But no real complaints. You know, it's not my favourite film, but I think I'd give it a solid
It's a good
solid 8.
It's a good
Yeah.
7-8.
What do you think, Charlie? What are your thoughts on the film?
I love the film. I do think when people do things, you know, they try and be quirky, different chronological order. Usually it doesn't end up well. I feel like I don't know why he does it either, but I think it kind of works with it.
He's an insane.
I don't know
Yeah,
why.
it works.
I think it works because it's all just a good film anyway. I feel like the films that do it are bad films, and it just seems.
I like the idea of like having a film with like separate, just completely separate shit going on. Like the Bruce Willis stuff is, other than like a brief bit, one brief scene, it is completely separate. Really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're only connected. Everything's connected through Wallace, whereas the Bruce Willis stuff. I feel like I always forget about the Bruce Willis stuff when I think about the film. I always think about the two hit. Are they hitmen, or do they just do whatever they're supposed to?
They're not inherent hitmen, are they? Because their literal job in the film is not to kill anyone.
Yeah.
So-
Fair. I guess they just work for
Yeah,
Wallace.
they just work.
Yeah.
right?
But that's right. It's fine. It's fine. I think it's interesting, but I do still wonder why they did it. But I think it's a
Yeah.
cool concept to see the two stories going on. I just feel like maybe you could have just done it chronologically and you wouldn't have lost much.
Yeah. I do
No.
like the films like that where it leaves the audience questioning.
Or I just think
I
maybe a
think that's
pattern might have been
Good.
worth it. I don't know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like A plot, B plot type.
Yeah.
Sure.
What are you thinking, Charlie? Then out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, out of 10, I would give it an 8.
All right, right. Steve,
Steve.
overall thoughts? Out of 10.
I think it's a good movie. Quentin Tarantino, like I like him as a director. Fucking batshit insane at times, but
Where would you put it in like a ranking of Quentin Tarantino films? The ones you've seen, obviously.
ooh.
I think Kill Bill. I'm counting Kill Bill as the same one because he does.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Kill Bill at the top, Inglourious Bastards. This
I agree with that.
you'd have to rank fucking all of them, mate. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Something I went to rewatch. 'cause I
What
don't
is your
really-
favourite?
Probably Inglourious Bastards. To be completely honest, I need to rewatch Kill Bill. Kill Bill's good. Jackie Brown. I might put Jackie Brown above Pulp Fiction. I really like Jackie Brown.
I'm gonna watch them all. What do you, Connor? What's your favourite
mine's
Quentin Tarantino film?
Reservoir.
By the way, I'm giving the film probably an 8. Good film. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Mm.
Favorite Quentin Tarantino film? It probably is Inglourious Bastards. I just really like Christoph Waltz
Yeah.
as Hans Lander.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bingo. I don't know. I just think he's really fun, and I like that film. I'd probably put it. I really like the film, but it probably would be like third or fourth down if I'm gonna be honest with you.
I've
It
got
wouldn't be too
a
high.
question, right?
Yes, Stephen.
So, is the actual film good itself, right? Or is it the actual characters in the film that make it good?
Well, I mean, that would still make the film
Yeah,
good,
exactly.
No,
That's what
but
I'm saying,
like-
the
but I
characters.
suppose the characters are the draw.
I think the characters are.
But I like the plots for the characters as well. Even though the chronological thing, yeah.
I think with
weird.
with more bland characters though, it probably would be a bit boring, wouldn't
That's
it?
what I'm
Yeah, but
saying.
that's
so I'm
like
thinking,
everything.
Everything.
Like, if it were
Yeah.
like Samuel
Star
L.
Wars would be
If,
shit.
if
you
Star
know?
Wars didn't
True.
have any characters and it was just like
the
a
events of
bunch
it.
Space.
Yeah.
floating space.
No, if
Then it'd
they're
be
all
pretty
boring,
shit,
like
wouldn't
Han
it?
Solo was just like some guy. Like
Yeah.
No,
Totally.
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that without like say Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta.
I'm sure the
But-
cast help. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
saying
the cast
like
does help.
these are like really notable like people. Like if you got like some like B class actors, I don't think it would have been as good.
Yeah, but name a Quentin Tarantino film that has just B-class actors.
True.
Stephen, what is your rating? I don't think
You
gave
said
one.
8, didn't you?
I'm about an 8.
I think everyone's gone with 8.
Yeah.
Everyone's going
Anything
right.
else
Well,
you-
that's fairly unanimous then.
We're giving this an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
guys.
giving it an 8.
You got anything,
Right.
anything else you want to say, Charlie?
No, that's beautiful.
No, he doesn't, because we're calling it there, because we're running out of time.
No, we need to go to the toilet.
Thanks,
Um,
thanks for being on,
I don't
Charlie.
know.
It's
No
So,
good to have you.
thank you for watching.
How's your time been here?
It's been really good.
Yeah,
It's
you
been
said
fun.
you'd hardly get to an hour, and you've smashed it, so...
Exactly.
We went
Fuck
over
you.
an hour.
It's gonna be a fun editing job for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, fine.
Censoring out some words that people were saying.
What'd you say?
Specifically? We censoring out some words.
No, we don't support censorship out here.
It's not this. It's okay. It's alright. Okay, that's fine.
Anyway, guys.
Anyway, guys, I'm still alive.
Steve's still there, yeah.
Not for much longer.
All right. See you in a bit.
See ya.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Bye bye.